Hey, I thought as I'm still snowed in, I'd share a little bit of my collection of foundations with you. First off, I'm going to start off with the YSL Perfect Touch Radiant Foundation. Oh, this is not going to looks disgusting, I know, because I do use it. You twist it that way for on and this way for off. I do not use the brush it comes with. I switch it on, swipe there, and use my fingers, obviously once I've washed them. This foundation I have been using for, I think, about 4 years now, and it is one of those foundations I go back to. Even if I've tried another foundation, I always go back to this foundation. The coverage for this, I'd say, is light to medium. It is buildable if you want something a bit more heavy, but this foundation does not cake. It really, really makes your skin look radiant. Not like shiny or sparkly or glittery, just radiant. You know that glow, that J-Lo glow. It gives you a really nice natural glow. I'd highly recommend this foundation for anyone with any skin type. It doesn't break you out. I get a really shiny T-zone. This does not control that. I don't expect it to control that. So you definitely need to put something over the top of it for any shininess. But this is, I love this foundation, and I've even got my mum using it as well. I've got it in shade 6. Yeah, in shade 6. Some people be like, oh, that's way too light for your skin. With this foundation, it's, for me, I found personally, it's one of those that adapts to your skin. So when you try it in store, you'll be there, oh, that's too dark or that's too light. Once you've got it on your face, it's totally different. I cannot rave about this foundation enough, honestly. I love this foundation. Whether it's summer, winter, I love this foundation. I will do a more in-depth tutorial and review of this foundation. Right, another foundation, this is one I've just been using recently. I thought I'd give my YSL a break because I'm running out. It's the Chanel Vitalumiere. I had this about a year ago, but I had it in a different shade, and it was 40 beige intensity 2. This made me look orange. When I went to the Chanel counter, the assistant said my foundation that I had on was pinky undertoned. I needed yellow undertoned. When it comes to foundation, I prefer to pick my own shade. I know my skin, and I always find that the assistants at the makeup counters tend to get it wrong and make me look orange. They see my skin tone as being brown. They're like, oh, let's go darker. You just want, not necessarily darker, you want something that complements the warmness of your skin but gives it a glow. That's my personal view anyway. So I've got this one 40 beige, and this made me look tangoed. It looked ridiculous. So anyway, I went back to the counter recently and got it in 20 clair-cameo intensity 0. And yeah, it might look really light when you swatch it and in the bottle, but once it's on, it's similar to the YSL in the sense that it adapts to your skin. This foundation, it is a fluid foundation. I find it a lot more runny than the YSL Perfect Touch. What do I use to put it on? I've got it somewhere. Yeah, I've had this for years. It's the Clinique foundation brush. I'm not sure if they still do it because I've had it for about 7 years. I do wash it, but I have had it for 7 years. This foundation, the coverage I'd say is, from my experience, I'd say light to medium, but it is buildable if you want it to. But the only thing with this foundation, I think if you build it too much, it could perhaps look a bit cakey. But I think once you've moisturised this and you use this Clinique brush, it is really, really nice. It really does give you a really nice glow. It's not an unnatural glow, it really does. The only thing I find with this foundation, I don't know if it makes me more oily than the Perfect Touch, but it doesn't control my oiliness, I don't expect it to, but I find my skin getting a bit more oily around the T-zone with this. But this foundation, as well as the Perfect Touch, I highly recommend it for any skin type. But from my experience, don't go by what the makeup artist says at the counter for your colour. Go with what you know. You know your skin better than anyone does. So go with what you know. I prefer foundations with a pink undertone. Although I've been told I've got yellow undertones to my skin, I prefer pink undertones, which is what the YSL in shade 6 has got. It's got pinky undertones. I think with our skin, it can give us a nice glow. But this Chanel Vitalumiere, it looks great in pictures. It looks great. It has, I think it's got SPF. Yeah, it's got SPF 15, and the YSL has got SPF 15 or 30 as well. Anyway, I've also got a mineral foundation. This is the only mineral foundation I've ever used. I come back to this normally in the summer when my skin's getting oilier because of the weather. It is the ID Bare Minerals Original, and I've got it in light. I got the Bare Minerals back in the days when it used to be only light, medium and dark, when it used to come in the box sets. Now they're really good. They have a lot more variety of skin colours to match your skin tone and your preference. But this foundation, I've bought it in light, which people would say, oh, that's way too fair for your skin, but it actually was okay for my skin. It, like I said, it didn't make me look lighter, it just adapted to my skin. This one's not actually even been opened. It comes in the sifter, which is a lot better compared to when it first came out. It used to, if you're travelling, it'd be everywhere. It was a nightmare. This foundation is really, really good, and especially if you suffer from things like eczema and stuff, it won't irritate your skin. And the coverage of this, I'd say, is light to medium. But I think it's one of those foundations, if you have a spot and you're not bothered about concealing it, this is perfect. I really like this foundation because it's natural. The ingredients are natural and it looks natural. The way it's milled is very fine compared to some other brands of mineral makeup. But as a mineral makeup, I've only tried this, but from my experience, I really, really like this, and I do always come back to this mineral foundation. Another foundation I've got like an endless line of foundations. I've got Shu Uemura Face Architect Smoothing Fluid Foundation. In case you haven't noticed, I'm a bit of a fan of Shu Uemura products in general. I got this because I went for my makeup to be done at the Shu Uemura counter for a special occasion, and the makeup artist used this foundation, and it's in shade 754, and it comes in this box, right? And I was really, really impressed. I was really impressed. So I had a voucher redeemable, and I thought, okay, I'll purchase it. I really liked the finish. This foundation provides, I'd say, medium to heavy coverage, definitely. If you want that, not washed out, but so flawless it looks unnatural look, this will give you it. That's not a look I like personally, but if you go for the more lighter side of coverage on this, don't apply as much, and you can apply it with a sponge. In the past I've done it with a sponge, I think fingers too, once they're clean. This foundation, I find it settles here. I don't know why, but it always settles here, so during the day I'll find myself once or twice having to go like that. But I'll do a more in-depth review on this foundation, okay? But yeah, that's the Shu Uemura one. Another foundation I've got is from Yves Saint Laurent, and I got this when I had a major breakout and I was trying everything under the sun and it just was not covering it up, and I was like, oh gosh, this is depressing. So I got the Teint Resist Oil Free SPF 10 by YSL. Looks a bit used. comes in a pump. The pump's really precise anyway. I applied it with a sponge. This, unlike, it's really heavy. I found it to be really heavy. I did not like the finish of this foundation. I think it looks, I prefer the more natural look. I don't like it when you can tell that you've got foundation on, or it looks like you've got lots on. I prefer the more natural glowy look. It is nothing like Perfect Touch, I'll tell you that now. This is maybe for someone who wants more coverage, but for this I've got a lot to say about this, so I will do another video on this foundation in due course. Oops. Another foundation I've got is the Makeup Forever Professional HD Foundation in shade 145. Right, I got this, I've heard a lot about Makeup Forever from America. It's really difficult to get hold of in England. There is two websites, I think it's PAM and Makeup Guru Emporium, I think. You can Google them, that sell Makeup Forever products, and they sell the foundation. I got it from the Makeup Emporium one, and it's a shop based in London. I got this for a special occasion, and it is, I found it so difficult to match up my skin tone. So difficult. Like I said, this is in shade 145, and this is too dark for me. In the summer it's better when I've got a bit more of a tan, but this foundation is amazing for photos. It really does give that soft focus effect. I had heard Kim Kardashian uses it, and I was like, it's good enough for her, good enough for me. And I had heard a lot about this, but the only thing qualm I have with this is if you don't live in an area where Makeup Forever is available, so you can go and match your skin up with the foundation, it is a pain to try and match it up on the internet. I've used the Sephora site, their chart they've got, and still I found it difficult, because I tend to always go darker than lighter, because I'm always scared that it'll wash me out or just look stupid. But I think with this one I went maybe a bit too darker. Anyway, I'm going to do a proper in-depth video for this, because I do like Makeup Forever as a brand, and yeah. But yeah, I hope this video was of some use to you. I will do more in-depth foundation videos, because I have got a ton of foundations. If there's one product I'm always buying is foundations and lipsticks or lip glosses. I have, or mascaras. But yeah, I hope this was of some use to you, and please subscribe to my channel. Thanks.